Some people have more loss in the low end of the spectrum, deep bass sounds like the rumble of a truck engine, and some have loss at the high end, high-pitched sounds like birds tweeting or children's voices, and some have a mix of the two. The severity of hearing loss can be tested and documented by audiologists as familiar sound audiogram. Frequency or pitch runs across the bottom from low frequency to high frequency, like a piano. Loudness runs along the side with soft sound at the top and very loud sounds at the bottom. Here is an example of a hearing loss. All sounds that fall below the threshold line can be heard, and all sounds above the line will not be heard. People with normal hearing are able to hear all of the sounds on the audiogram. Let's take a look on someone's audiogram with severe hearing loss. At 1000 Hertz, we need to add 10 decibels of gain to get that frequency to normal range. At 2000 Hertz, we need to add 20 decibels of gain to get that frequency to a normal range. At 4000 Hertz, we need 40 decibels, and at 8000 Hertz, we need 50 decibels. Hearing aid channels breaks up the frequency range into different individual groups. You can think about it as the equalizer on your stereo system. You have the low tones over here and the high tones over here. Hearing aid channels give a way to turn up the volume in different parts of the spectrum without turning up everything. So if you have a high-end loss, one can only turn up the high end of the frequency spectrum while leaving the low-end hearing exactly where it should be, and vice versa. So a 4-channel system has 4 frequencies that you can adjust. A 2-channel hearing aid has 2 frequencies that you can adjust. A basic hearing aid with only 1 channel allows a user to adjust volume across all frequencies simultaneously, including noise. However, some people may feel too loud, too noisy, and still cannot follow conversation. A 2-channel hearing aid will allow a user to adjust volume on 2 different ranges of frequencies separately. But these ranges are still too broad and may not be good enough for some people. An hearing aid has 4 channels, allowing a user to adjust volumes across each channel for more natural hearing experience. Hearing aid channels. How many or too many? A study was conducted to determine how many independent channels needed to maximize speech audibility. They studied 1,156 audiograms. The result was surprising. They found significant improvement occurs on the first 4 channels. In other words, noticeable improvements were seen in people moving from 1 channel to 2 channels and from 2 channels to 4 channels. Beyond 5 channels, no significant improvements and considered statistically insignificant. Therefore, 95% of persons' hearing loss can be handled by a hearing aid with 4 channels. Why spend thousands of dollars on over-engineered hearing aids with negligible benefits?